bullying. It's a really painful experience, and it's designed to make you feel completely powerless. But what if there was a totally different way to respond? Today, we're going to dive into 4 powerful, faith-based strategies straight from Scripture that can help you stand firm and, reclaim your peace. Let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? When you feel like you're the target, like nobody gets it, like you're totally on your own. Those feelings of hurt and confusion, they are so real and they are completely valid. But here's what I want you to hear. You're not alone in this. And even more importantly, you are not powerless. It's time to change the narrative. So, before you can deal with something, you gotta understand what it is you're up against. You have to understand the strategy. See, bullying isn't just random meanness. It has a very specific goal. And once you see the playbook, well, that's when you can really start to take it apart.
Just look at this. This is the entire game plan, right here, to make you feel small and completely alone. That's how a bully gets their power. But here's the secret. It's all an illusion. And just recognizing that tactic, that's the very first step to breaking free.
Okay, this right here, this is the pivot. This is where everything can change. Instead of letting someone else's words or actions define your value, we're going to anchor it to something that never, ever changes. We're trading the shaky opinions of people for the rock-solid truth of what God says about you. All right, so our first response, our first move, doesn't start with confronting them. It starts with building a foundation for yourself. Before you do anything else, you have to know, really know, deep down, your own unshakable worth. Now, this isn't about pride or being arrogant. Not at all. It's about a quiet, deep, unshakable confidence. Think of it like a diamond, Its value is just in it. It doesn't matter who's holding it or what they say about it. Your worth was sealed the moment you were created, and absolutely no one has the power to take that away. So how do we actually make this real in our lives? It's pretty simple, actually. Here are 3 super practical steps. First, internalize it. Every single day, maybe first thing in the morning, remind yourself of your value. Second, list it out. Actually grab a piece of paper and write down 3 strengths you have. And third, speak it out loud. When a negative comment comes your way, you counter it with a positive truth. You are literally rewiring your brain for confidence. This verse from Psalms, wow, it's so much more than just beautiful poetry. It's a powerhouse declaration of truth over your life. This is the ultimate anchor for your self-worth. It's a divine reminder that you are not some accident, you're a masterpiece. Okay, so now that we've got that internal foundation solid, it's time to look outward. And our second response, it might feel a little counterintuitive at first, but trust me, it's one of the most powerful things you can do. Actively choose kindness. Now, let's be super clear here. This is not about being a doormat. This isn't about being a pushover. This is what I'd call strategic kindness. It's a powerful, active choice to de-escalate the situation, to refuse to play their game by their rules. You're not being weak, you are taking control by choosing a higher road. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. On one side, you've got our gut reaction, right? Fight fire with fire. But on the other side, you have the scriptural response, which is basically fight fire with water. Kindness in this situation isn't just a nice thing to do. It's strategic. It's the one thing that can actually put out the fire and change the entire dynamic of the interaction. And here it is. This verse is the entire game plan. Notice it doesn't say ignore evil or just tolerate it. It says to overcome it. And what's your weapon? Goodness. It's not passive at all. It's a proactive, strategic, and honestly revolutionary move. All right, our third response is the ultimate countermove to the bully's main strategy. Remember, their goal is to make you feel isolated. So what do? You do the exact opposite. You seek community. This is so critical. I really want to focus on that word courageously, because let's be real, it takes incredible strength to admit you need help. But breaking that silence, it's like flipping on the lights in a dark room. All of a sudden, the problem is exposed and it loses so much of its power. Asking for help can feel really intimidating, so here's a super simple 3-step guide. First, just identify one person you trust, a parent, a teacher, a friend, a pastor. Second, tell them clearly what happened and, this is important, how it made you feel. Don't downplay it. Third, ask them for specific help. This is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of incredible wisdom. And look, the Bible completely backs this up. This proverb reminds us that our most important relationships are often forged in the fire of tough times. You are never, ever meant to go through hard things alone. Reaching out isn't failing. It's actually fulfilling the very purpose of community.
So you've strengthened yourself from the inside. You've gathered your support system, and the final step is about adjusting your perspective. When you're in the middle of it, it's so hard to see the bigger picture. This last response is all about trusting that there is one.
And let me be really, really clear. This does not excuse the bullying. The pain you feel is real, and what's happening is wrong. Period. This is about faith. It's a radical trust that even in the middle of this painful mess, God is still at work and that He can and will bring justice and even purpose out of this pain.
I mean, can you just picture this scene for a second? The Israelites are completely trapped. You've got a whole army behind them and a giant ocean in front of them. And what is God's instruction? Be still. Sometimes after you've done everything you can possibly do, the most powerful thing left is to just stand firm in your faith and trust that God will fight for you.
So we've walked through 4 really powerful responses. But just knowing about them is only half the battle. Now it's all about putting them into practice. So let's do a quick recap of your new toolkit for handling these tough situations. Here it is, your toolkit. Remember these 4 keys. First, know your worth. That's your foundation. Then, choose kindness. That's how you change the game. Third, seek support. That's how you break the isolation. And finally, trust the plan. That's where you find your peace. These are your tools. These are your weapons.
So, I'll leave you with this one last question. It's for you. Don't try to do everything at once. Don't get overwhelmed. Just pick one. Which one of these 4 responses is something you can try to practice today? That single, small choice could be the very first step on a whole new path of strength and freedom. Thanks for joining me.